Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you are well. I hope you are doing amazing. So in a few days 2024 will come to an end, and as we prepare ourselves for 2025, I know that a lot of us are creating our vision boards and coming up with a much better upgrade to our lifestyles in 2025. But it also got me thinking that as we are planning on bettering ourselves and creating a dream lifestyle in the coming year, we should also include some hygiene updates, because there are certain hygiene tips that I always thought that we all know and we all understand, but apparently some people still do not know. So I'm hoping to share 10 tips that everybody should know by now. And I'm hoping that if it's something that you do not practice in 2024, then come next year, 2025, you will incorporate this in your lifestyle in one way or the other. Now, mind you, these are my personal opinions and my personal experiences. So let me know in the comment sections if you guys agree with me, or if there's something else that I've left out, something that you have to say, just go ahead and comment and share. So my first hygiene tip is that do not flush an open toilet. So the right way is to close the lid and then you flush. Now this is so necessary, especially if you have your WC and your display cabinet in the same room. So you have your WC on one side, and then you have a cabinet with your hand towels, your toothbrushes, your cleansers, your toothpaste, all of those good stuff on display. Now when you flush, the water comes in with pressure. So all of that pressure will force whatever is in the bowl down. But then some of the germs are like, psh, hi, we're still here. And then all of that bacteria, all of that E. coli are going to fly from your WC straight to your toothbrushes, hand towels, cleansers, everything on display. So the hygiene tip is that always close the WC. Put the lid down before you flush. That way, even if the germs disperse, they go onto the seat. And that's another reason why you don't go to the washroom and spend 10 minutes sitting on there whilst you are watching Instagram reels. What happens is that you're going to end up rubbing your clothes on the dirty seat. So please, maximum 5 minutes, you're out of there. The second hygiene tip I think we tend to overlook is lying in our bed in our outside clothes. Now, I know that we are all guilty of this, because sometimes you come back from town and you are so tired, you are sweaty, you just need a little bit of rest. So you go straight into the bedroom and then you lie down. We are no longer doing that in 2025. If you live outside Ghana, we usually would wear a jacket when you're going out. So there's a chance that when you come home, you take off a jacket and then leave it in the hallway. But if you live in Africa, if you live in Ghana, you know that we are going out as we are dressed. So you go out, you rub your clothes on all kinds of things, all kinds of objects, on people. The people coughing and sneezing behind you, all of those good stuff. And then you bring that home. So you're not only carrying your own germs, which is your sweat, you're coming in with other people's germs and you're putting it straight onto your bed. And this is a bed sheet that you have no intention of changing for the day. So in 2025, what are we doing? We're going to have our laundry baskets on standby. That way, when you come out and you come home from town, you quickly change your clothes, put the dirty ones into the laundry basket, get into a robe or something, then you can lie on your bed and be comfortable. So still talking about outside, we are washing our hands the minute we get home. This is something that it's basic. My grandmother made me do it my whole life. So I still think that everybody does this. But then 2024 has taught me that some people just assume that their hands are clean. They come home and they go about their day and they completely forget to wash. What happens is, if you go out, you're talking to people, you're greeting people. If you drive, your hands were all over your steering wheel. If you took an Uber, you opened doors, you closed some, you sat in random people's cars. You have no idea who has even been in the Uber before you. So once you get home, even before you get into the house, you've touched your main gate. You've touched your doorknob. So once you get home, straight to the kitchen, wash your hands with soap and water. Then you come home inside the house and do everything else that you want to do. That way, you're only dealing with your own germs. whatever germs you carried from outside, you're what? Washing them in the kitchen before you start your day. Now, these are such basic things that I think that for us, my generation anyway, it's something that we were taught very early, something that we've carried with us throughout the years. But as I'm getting older, as I'm meeting people, I realize that not all of us think the same. Like, some of us, the way I know, left kakra and I can right kakra. So my next hygiene tip is about towels. Now, how often you change your towels? I think it depends on the size. Personally, I like to use very big towels. The bigger, the better. You know, the kind of towel that I can wrap around myself like 2 times and there's still space. That's the kind of towel I like to use. So I keep mine for like 5 days. That's like maximum 1 week. But if you use anything smaller than that, then I suggest 3 days maximum. You should be changing it. And I know people say that, oh, it's just a towel. You've already taken a shower. You're just rubbing on your clean body and then that's it. But the truth is that when you rub a towel on your body, the towel is picking up dead cells. It's picking up some bacteria that is still on there. And if your towel gets too wet, if you keep it for too long, then the bacteria will start to breed in the towel. And we really don't want that. Because the next day you're going to use it and what? You're going to transfer the bacteria to other parts of your body. So I beg you, maximum 1 week. 2025, no excuses. Maximum time we're using a towel is what? 1 week. And another thing I like to do with my towels, you guys know that towels come with labels on top. What I do is the side of my towel that has the label, I use for my upper body. And then the rest is for everywhere else. So every time I pick my towel, I look for the label. I'm like, okay, the label is here. So this part is for my upper body. And then the rest is for wiping everywhere else. And what I've noticed is that I have a mild case of OCD. So it helps me to be in control. You know, because sometimes maybe your feet are dirty. You would use one end of your towel to clean your feet, clean your bum. The next day, you turn it around and use it on your face. This is all you transferring bacteria from one side of your body to the other part. These are tips that have worked really well for me and my family, and I think that you guys should also practice some of these things. As we are talking about using the towels, we should also be considering washing them. I'm saying that we should use our towel for 1 week. I'm not saying that keep it in your laundry basket for the next 1 month before you wash it. Because keeping it in there whilst it's wet is also doing the same thing. It's also breeding more bacteria. So yes, use your towel for 1 week, but also try and wash it as soon as possible. Dry your towels when the sun is out. When you know it's going to be an extremely hot day, that's when you should dry your towel. And also get your towels from the line whilst the sun is out. You know, so if you're in Ghana, latest by 4 o'clock, your towel should be off the line. That way, it's still crisp from the sun. That way, it's still visible to see if there's any bacteria, any insects that's landed on your towel. If you leave it till late, then the weather is going to cool down, the dew is going to come in, and then the towel might get wet all over again. You should try and change your sponges as often as you can. You know, not only yours, change the sponge, your boyfriend's sponge, your husband's sponge, your partner's sponge, whoever you're living with. Just go out, buy the sponge, come and cut, say this is for you, this is for you. Take all of the old ones and throw away. And I know sometimes you want to keep the old one that, oh, I'm going to use the sponge to clean the bins. I'm going to keep it around so that I can use it to clean the mop bucket and all of that. No, I beg you, put it in the bin. 2025, we are not continuing with that tradition. You use an old sponge, you discard it, you replace. That sponge that we keep in the kitchen that we've been using for the past 5 years. Yes, I think it's time that we changed it. All of us are guilty of this. You're guilty, I'm guilty. We look at the sponge and it's like, but there's nothing wrong with the sponge. I don't have to change it. Why do I have to replace this? It's full of bacteria. We used it to clean that leftover rice and then we left it overnight. The next day we use it to clean that leftover soup, stew, what. It's so full of bacteria that we cannot see with our naked eye. But trust me, they are there. So next, I want us to talk about hair removal. Now, this is a personal choice. You know, I know that this topic is a very sensitive topic, because some people are all for shaving and then others are like, leave me, let me be free, my own skin. But whichever way you sway, you still need to maintain some personal hygiene. If you're the type who likes to keep a little bush under your underarm, then it's a good idea to find a long-lasting deodorant, something that has 24 hours coverage, that will leave you smelling fresh the whole day, you know. Because if you want us to leave you alone in your skin, then you cannot be walking around with all these funky smells and expecting us to inhale and carry it home with us. We are all helping each other. Whichever way you sway, it's fine. Some of us like it cleaned up. Others want a little bush. But we are all trying to stay hygienic. We're all trying to help each other out. We're all trying to smell good, you know. 2025, we want to be that person, that girl that when you pass by, people smell you and turn and like, it smells so nice. What do you use, you know? So please, if you have a bush, try finding yourself a good deodorant. If you have one and you feel like it's still not working, you can go back to old school, lime. Growing up, my grandmother always had lime around. She would cut it into two. She would use half and then give half to me. So it wasn't even an option of, do you want to use it? It's like, here, you are using it. And these are things that we've grown up with, that even at our big age, we still do. You know, it's so basic. But apparently, the new generation and some older generations don't even know this. And the same thing applies to our lady bits. You know, some people like to leave a little bush down there. Some people like a clean top. Personally, I like a clean top. I like a baby's bum. Because, I mean, you guys already know I have thick hair. So it's the same everywhere. My hair is thick and dense everywhere. So we are not doing any kakum forest. We're not doing nothing like that. It's always going to be a baby's bum, like clean top, you know. And another thing is that a little bush means that you are trapping heat. It means that you are creating your own funky smell. And if you want to maintain a bush, that's fine. But make sure that you are rinsing and rinsing well. And then there's also this thing where people are like, use water only. Some people say use some feminine hygiene product. That's one. I am team water only. If you prefer feminine hygiene product, find one that is mild scented, because we are not doing the whole fragrance thing. No, it's not about the smell. It's about finding a product that works well, that is going to still maintain the pH balance over there, because there are some bacteria, some germs over there that you still need. So find a good hygiene product that you can use to wash your bush, to make sure that you're cleaning where you need to clean. And then if you are team water only, please rinse again and rinse a third time. Change your beddings, change your bed sheets, your pillowcases, put your blankets in the sun to air sometimes. See, what I've come to understand as a natural girl is that my pillows are dirty. They are full of germs. Because every night when I lie on it, I'm transferring the grease from my hair. That's nice avocado smell, that's really nice olive oil. I'm transferring all of that onto my pillowcase. And then from my pillowcase, it soaks directly into my pillow. And then at night while I'm sleeping, I'm like tossing and turning and all of that. I'm rubbing my face on the pillow. And what happens is the next morning you end up with acne. You end up with pimples all over your face and you're like, why do I keep getting pimples? It's because your pillows are dirty. It's because you're not changing your pillowcases as often as you should. Those pillows that you've had since secondary school, they are tired. They've done their work. It's time to replace them. And not only is it dirty and full of germs, but you're also straining your neck. Because whatever shape it was in, I'm sure by now the pillow is flatter than flat. And another thing is that separate your guest bed sheets and pillows from yours. Have a set of pillowcases, a set of pillows, beddings, like complete set of beddings that you use for your guests. Have them in your guest bedroom. That way, if a visitor comes in, you know which bed sheets they are getting. It shouldn't be the ones that you use for your own bedroom that you quickly wash or quickly iron and then give to your guests once they leave and then you take it back to your room. No. My final tip is that there are some basic things that you need to clean. Your cell phone, for instance. When last did you clean your cell phone? What we tend to forget is that if you go out and you give your phone to someone to take a picture of you, they've handled your phone. If you have a phone call and you hand it over to someone to talk to another person on the phone, they are talking into your microphone. They are spitting on your phone. You bring it back home. We carry this thing with us everywhere. We take our phones to the kitchen, to the bathroom, to our bedrooms. Everywhere we go, we carry this with us. When I say clean your phones, I'm not talking about using water and soap. I'm talking about using wipes. Take your phone out of the case, wipe it down, wipe the speaker, wipe the screen, wipe every part of the phone. That is one way of disinfecting your phone. That is one way of leaving the germs where they're supposed to be instead of transmitting it everywhere in your house. I know that all of these tips and all of these things might seem like it's a lot, but we are not trying to be paranoid about bacteria and germs. We're just trying to build a habit of staying healthy, of being hygienic, of just taking better care of ourselves. I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.